What you talk? No, talk come again. Go do waiting for Nigeria. Show you the wine mini. Even if you offer me 100 billion, I no go back that country. Nigeria, the place now my life no go save. You're not safe in that country. There's killings, unnecessary killings, unnecessary kidnapping. You want me to kidnap me? Or a person go just go die young like that? No. Never. I know they go. I know they go. Yeah, I will remain. If that country no get better, I go remain for abroad. I no go that country. Thank you for your offer. Okay? I deserve peace. For this life, I deserve peace. I deserve good health care. I deserve good road to drive my motor for good road. No be potholes. No be where bandits go there for road to kidnap person. Where they walk out your home. Or Bomo go carry you. They will carry you go where you know. No. I deserve this life for abroad. People they stay here, they don't get 10 head. If you love yourself, love your family, love yourself, you want to live long life, I beg. Just leave me. Leave us where we want to stay abroad, no to stay. The comparison from River Niger to River Nile for Egypt. No comparison. That's on period. Just as they drink this juice now, they enter my belly. And they drink after I don't shop big plate of rice. If not only that one I go do for abroad, make I just dey shop. They wake up peacefully, sleep peacefully, wake up, stretch, like this. I know say yes, God is good. Another day has come. He pay me than for me to go back to Nigeria. Never, my brother, my sister, never. I know they come that country at all. I know go come. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sapphire Glow. If you're seeing this face for the first time, you're highly welcome. You're welcome to join this amazing family also. My name is Sapphire Glow, as you can see on the screen. It's amazing to have you guys here to support this channel. Please, why don't you consider subscribing to be part of this amazing family? Click on the right side that says subscribe and also the bell notification that comes right after you must have subscribed. Yes, for you to get notification whenever I upload a new video. Yes guys, so guys, we're going to go right into this video, and as you guys have seen from the beginning of this video, we're going to be talking about why a lot of people are leaving Nigeria. You know, like the saying goes, people are jackpot. Everyone wants to jackpot out of Nigeria. It's no news, you know, it's no news to you guys that everyone wants to leave Nigeria. You know, the slightest opportunity they get, they want to leave. A lot of people are going through the study route. A lot of people are going through the skilled workers route and all of that stuff. They just look for a way to just leave Nigeria. And, you know, you wouldn't blame them that everyone is trying to leave Nigeria. There are lots of factors that is making everybody decide to leave Nigeria. I know that like 80%, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 60 to 80% of Nigerians would want to live right now, as it is right now in that country. They would want to leave Nigeria to every part of, you know, the Western world. Do you understand what I'm saying? So guys, it brings me back to today's topic. What I want to talk about is, would Nigerians living in diaspora, would they ever want to go back home? As for me, based on me, my own personal, you know, belief and my own personal reasons, I would never want to go back home. Like I said, I would never want to go back home if Nigeria remains at the stage and the state as you know, the stage and the state that it is right now. Nigeria is a no-no. I mean, I wish sometimes that I have the capability, you know, the capacity to take out the many members of my family out of that country. Yes, because we all know what state Nigeria is in right now. Do you understand? Nigeria is is going down the drain. You know, Nigeria is just like this and it's going down the drain. I wish we could go back to those times in the 80s when we were born, you know, because I even experienced life in Nigeria when it was still, you know, a whole lot better than it is today. Do you understand that? Because I was born in the 80s, and you know, I'm so glad that I even experienced a little bit of happiness, a little bit of the good times, you know, even though we were the last set of people that experienced those good times in Nigeria. Do you understand? Because I don't even think people that were born in the 90s, they really enjoyed, you know, except we were born in the early 90s. But, you know, I'm talking about those who were born in the 80s. So I was privileged to have been born at that time. And, you know, I still enjoy the, you know, the good of Nigeria. Do you understand? And when Nigeria was still peaceful, was still in a good, you know, it was still at a good place. Do you understand? But right now, we cannot say so much about Nigeria. I see a lot of people doing videos talking about Nigeria. A lot of Nigerians that are outside in diaspora talking about Nigerians and showing people ways how to come into, you know, find a way to come, you know, to come abroad. It depends on the country that you want to come to. And I also see a lot of videos, people, or a lot of videos on let's say social media, people criticizing those people coming out to talk about how good abroad is, and you know, why you should come over to that place and all of that stuff. And a lot of people, Nigerians, you know, Nigerians in Nigeria are all getting upset that a lot of people are coming out to do videos talking about, oh yeah, how good abroad is and all of that stuff, that they're disturbing their ears with it. My dear, I just want to quickly say this, that those people that are always getting angry that people are coming out to talk about how good abroad is and all of that stuff, that most of them, if given that opportunity, they would want to come abroad too. That's one thing I know. They would want to come abroad to experience what those people were talking about. Do you understand? Because as it is right now, like I said, Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone. It only takes the grace of God to save that country. Do you understand? And I'm going to talk about some of the factors that will make a lot of people, or that makes a lot of people abroad in diaspora saying they can never go back home. We have lots of Nigerians that are abroad, you know, everywhere in the world, that have said, you know, that have said within themselves that they're never going to go back home. It doesn't matter whatever, that they're not going to go back home, and you wouldn't blame them. Do you understand? Because there's some news that you see on TVs, you see on social media, for people that have even stayed abroad for like 30-40 years. Okay, now they decide to go abroad, they decide to go back to Nigeria to, like, okay, let me go invest, you know, in some of those things, maybe in the hospitality sector, in the agricultural sector, and all of that stuff. We see how they all ended up being killed, some being disembarked after being killed, and all of that stuff. So there's nothing right about Nigeria right now that would want anybody in their sane mind to want to go back home. It's not as if I'm castigating or I'm belittling my country, but it is what it is. It is what is happening right now that is making people scared to want to go back to Nigeria. Do you understand? So even if you're offered millions of euros, millions of dollars, millions of, you know, a lot of people would not want to go back, because what are we looking for in this life? What is this life if not the basic things of life, which Nigeria do not, you know, have to offer its citizens? Do you understand? And if we get to see that even a lot of people that are rich, like the rich ones, the politicians, you see that at the stage that they have kept the country, you see that most of them, when they're sick, they want to come to the Western world to get treated. Do you understand? So what stops them from doing all those things, put things in place in that country? Do you understand? You know, there are no good roads in the country. The health sector is bad. The transportation sector is bad. The educational sector is bad. So what is left for the normal, common, you know, man to enjoy in Nigeria? People hardly see food to eat. Do you understand? There are lots of killing, there are lots of stealing, there are lots of kidnapping, you know. So what is interesting in Nigeria right now that would want people to, that would, you know, jeer people towards, you know, thinking of coming back home? There is absolutely nothing, absolutely nothing. That's why a lot of people, like I said, are running away. They are jackpying. They're just, you know, using any means to leave that country. And I wouldn't blame people that are leaving. I wouldn't blame people. Like I said, if an opportunity come for me to take out the remaining members of my family, I wouldn't even blink. I will not blink twice before I do that, to take my family, the remaining members of my family, out of Nigeria. Nigeria has nothing to offer its citizens. As in, for so many years now, they have nothing to offer the citizens. The the citizens are not their concerns. I mean, I'm talking about like the people heading the government, like yeah, the federal government, the people in power. They don't care about the citizens of Nigeria, or not the things that are happening, or the hardship and all of that stuff. Look at, let's take for instance the way the dollar has really gone. The dollar has overtaken the naira. How the value of our naira has really gone down. You can see that right now you change $1 for 800 naira, which it wasn't like that even a few years ago, like 3 4 years ago. It wasn't even like that. You know, the inflation is high, the money is getting more and more useless. Nothing is working. In fact, nothing is working in Nigeria. So why, the only thing I miss, I know I will miss in Nigeria, is the fact that family closeness. Do you understand? You get to go see your friends, you get to, you know, the street life, you know, street food, you know, parties, weddings, and all of that stuff. Those are the only thing that I miss in Nigeria. Aside that, there is nothing. And the noise, the shoutings, and all of that stuff, those are the only things that I miss in Nigeria. But for my own peace of mind, for my own safety, for my own, because I don't, people die before their time. Do you understand? A lot of people that die in Nigeria is due to negligence, you know, or poor facility of the hospital. Of course, there are no hospitals. The doctors are running, the nurses are leaving. Do you understand? There are no good hospitals. Just like I said, no good hospital, no good healthcare, no good educational system, nothing. You can imagine a country where education is taken lightly. Do you understand? They are forgetting that education is the bedrock of any nation. Do you understand? It's just the bedrock of any nation. Without people going to school, having knowledge, having sound knowledge, you know, of the world, and having some knowledge of education, how are you going to produce quality people? Do you understand? People that can take on the affairs of a country, that would know that, okay, this is what a proper country should be like. You know, the state of affairs of a country, how to run the country in the proper way. You cannot get, you know, qualified people to run the country. Instead, you get, you know, half-baked, not even half-baked, people that didn't even go to secondary school, or half-baked graduates and all of that stuff. So how are they going to run it? They're going to run it as if they're running, they're running, I don't even know the word to use. Do you understand? We need sound mind. We need educated people to run Nigeria. Because if it continues like this, all we hear is stories. All we hear is big words from those people. Now there's an election coming, and we just hope for the right person to win that place. Everybody's hoping for, you know, we know who, everybody know who they want to vote for. We just pray that Nigeria is going to turn out to be one of these countries that, because now, right about now, as it is right now, as I'm talking, Nigeria is backward. It's rated one of the poorest country in the world, even though we have, you know, all the resources, we have all the things to take us, you know, to that place, you know, to be placed among the high-ranking countries in this world. Yet we are at the back. If you understand what I mean, you understand. So that's just the reason. That's basically no reason for us, you know, for us living abroad to want to go back home. No, because I know if you have a whole lot of Nigerians living in diaspora, they wouldn't want to go back home. Nobody wants, especially the women. You know, some of our men said they even want to, like, okay, because they are men, they want to go back home and all of that stuff. You know, you can find like few men that will say, okay, we'll go back home when we want to retire. But most times, the women don't want to go back home. Girls don't want to go back home. Ladies don't want to go back home. Women don't want to go back home. They just want to remain in diaspora. And I'm part of those people that want to remain in diaspora, because as long as Nigeria is the way it is, oh boy, you should forget about it though. We are not going to go back home. We die here. We die here in Europe. We die here in every part of the world that we are. Yes, that's how bad it is until the government they do something about that country. You know, they have to take us from where we are right now to a better place. We have to see changes happening in that country. Especially, they have to deal seriously with security issues. Security issues it's zero. There's no security in Nigeria, and that's the most traumatic thing. That when you think about, when you look at, and when you think about it, it really pains our hearts. It's not supposed to be so. Nigeria is not what it is right now. What you know, people envisioned it to be some years ago. Do you understand? So, you know, that's just it for me. I decided to come and just share my own opinion because, you know, I wanted to just share my opinions, like I said, with you guys, and let you guys know that, yeah, you know, if you have the means to run away from Nigeria. Yes, so run away from Nigeria. I've told you my own. Yeah, even if you don't have a job, the government will pay you. If you have not gotten a job, the government will pay you. In Nigeria, who cares about you? Your government don't even care about you. That's how good they are in this, you know, in this part of the world. They take care, especially, I'm talking about Europe. I don't know about America or, you know, Canada or wherever. I'm talking about Europe. You're not working, they're paying you, they're paying your house rent, they're giving you money to eat. Do you understand? If you're working, you have and there's dignity in labor over this place, you know, at this side of the world. There's dignity in labor. Anything you do, any kind of work you do, you get paid for it. Nobody looks down at the kind of job that you do. And that cannot happen in Africa. Do you understand? Nobody look down at the kind of job you do. You're a painter, you're a bricklayer, you sweep the street, you drive a truck. Nobody look down on you because everybody's getting paid. There's respect, mutual respect for everybody. Every citizen counts. Everybody counts in this side of the world. That is what we don't have in Africa. And I know it's going to take, man, it might even take the next generation, as in the next 100 years for Nigeria to get it right. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I keep saying it to my friends. I don't see Nigeria getting better. In the next 50 years, I don't see it. That's just my own opinion. I don't know about you. But that's how I see Nigeria. Nigeria is not going to get better in the next 50 years if they continue the way, you know, if we don't get the right people on track. Nigeria is never going to get better. Just my opinion. So guys, thank you for listening to me. And if you think I've said anything that upsets you, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, you know, upset anybody. I'm just coming here to share my own view about the whole situation, you know, happening in my country. And yeah, that's that about that. If you really enjoyed this video up to this time and you stayed up to this time, thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching my video. And please don't forget to subscribe, like I said. And I'll definitely see you all on the next one. Do have a wonderful